Yo, what is up, y'all? It's Cone back here again today with another video. Today, there's been a lot of talk on Twitter about NBA All-Star jerseys, and that's because the All-Star game is right around the corner, and this year's All-Star jerseys have leaked. I'll flash a picture of it up on the screen now. And they're alright. I mean, I'm not as low on them as some other people are. There are some people saying they're some of the worst jerseys they've ever seen. I don't think they're that bad. Maybe I would have... You know what? I'll talk about them when we get to it, because in today's video, we're going to do a tier list of NBA All-Star jerseys. Now, I'm not doing all of them because there have been a million All-Star games, so I've just picked the ones from the 2010s and the 2020s, starting with 2010 up until 2022, the ones I just showed you, as well as a couple of historic ones at the end. So, I'm going to go through and rank each of these from S to D. You know how tier lists work. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite All-Star jersey of all time is. So, starting off with 2010, also flash like a big picture, because these pictures, it's kind of hard to see. So starting with 2010, I think these are pretty solid. I don't think they're anything too crazy. I think they're pretty nice. But, you know, it's just a classic. We're going to see a lot of red versus blue like we have typically seen over the years. As we go through these jerseys, you'll see. So these are kind of just like, these are fine. I think they're nothing too special, but I think they're solid, so I'm going to give them a B. Moving on to the 2011 jerseys. Now, I like these a little bit better because I like the font. I like it. I think it pops a little bit more. It says like the East and the West above the numbers, and I think that's pretty cool. I also just kind of like this blue a little bit better and this red. The other ones, it kind of felt kind of McDonald's-like for the red jerseys, but I think I like these a bit more. In fact, I like these a lot. I'm going to put them at A tier. Next, we have these 2012 jerseys. We see Kobe and LeBron here wearing those. So these are pretty good. I think these are also pretty solid. I think actually I'm going to move these down to the C tier. Now that I'm looking at this, yeah, I'm gonna move those down. But I think these are pretty good. I think I like the kind of gradient, you know, the little darker spots in the middle there. I think they're pretty nice, so I'm gonna give these a B tier. I also kind of like the outlines of the numbers. I think that color adds a little bit of pop, and like I said, the gradient kind of just looks good. Moving on from those, these are, once again, they just feel kind of generic, I think, kind of similar to the 2010 ones as we look at the 2013 jerseys. It just doesn't, they don't feel like they're doing anything too special, and they just feel kind of plain. So I'm going to put them in the C tier alongside the other ones that, like I said, felt kind of plain. Next, the 2014 All-Star jerseys. These are, in my opinion, these are ugly. I don't like these. They tried to do something different for New Orleans, you know, with the kind of, they changed up the color style a little bit. You know, they went with kind of that darker blue, and the green. I just don't think it works, especially like individually. Maybe the jerseys are a little bit better, especially like the darker one. The red one I don't think really works at all, but like the green outline's kind of cool. But the problem is they just clash so much on the court. Like they're just not, they don't look good. So they're going to get a D tier from me. I think they're pretty ugly. Moving on from those, this might be controversial, but I really like the 2015 jerseys. And I think part of that might just be because I have fond memories of it, because Russell Westbrook won All-Star Game MVP this season. And so I think I just think back on these jerseys more fondly than maybe some other people. They're very, very plain. I don't remember where this All-Star Game was. I'm blanking on that. I don't remember, but they don't have anything on the front of them. There's just like these red and blue numbers. You know, the black and white, they kind of started to do this black and white thing a little bit more, and we'll get to that in a bit. But I think they look kind of clean. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fan of kind of how simple they are, but I think that these are pretty good. So I'm going to put these in the, do I want them in the A tier? I'll put them in the B tier, I think. I like those jerseys. Moving on, I like these ones a lot. This was the All-Star Game in Toronto in 2016. You see Russell Westbrook wearing the West jersey and the East jersey for LeBron James. I think these are really good. I'm a big fan of how Toronto does their jerseys. I think that they have some of the best jersey concepts in the league. And I like how this is kind of reminiscent of like their North jerseys that they wear all the time. It's kind of just reminiscent of those unis. And so I think that they're super clean. I like the red and blues. I like the designs on the shorts. I just like these a lot, and once again, this was a Russell Westbrook All-Star Game performance that I really enjoyed, so I think I kind of just think of these more fondly. So I'm going to put these... I'm going to put these in S tier. I like those a lot. Maybe I'm tripping, but I like those a lot. Moving on from that, this was the 2017 All-Star Game. Not a big fan of these. I think definitely less so. I don't know if I don't like them as much as the... Maybe I should add an F tier just for the 2014 jerseys, because these are like okay. The problem is they tried to do like a light gray, dark gray kind of thing that I don't think really worked that well. Once again, it feels like kind of McDonald's-y with the yellow and the reds there. I don't know. These just feel kind of lame to me. It feels they don't feel like important like an all-star game, which is kind of some people's issue with the jerseys this year, especially since it's the 75th anniversary. So I don't know. I don't know if they're really C tier, but I don't know if they're really D tier. So it's like a C.5 tier. I'll put them in D tier for now. Maybe I'll add an F tier at the end, specifically for the New Orleans jerseys. Now we move on to these jerseys, the black and white jerseys. These were used in 2018 and 2019, and I like these a lot. I think that these are super clean. I like the contrast of the black and the white. I like that they have like the team logos on it as well. A lot of people have been saying that they wish the NBA would go back to when players wore their own jerseys, whether say they were on like one team and they wore like the white version of their team's jerseys, or if they were on the other team, they wore the ones with some color in it. And we'll get to my opinion on that in a second, but I think this is a pretty cool way to still do like the team jerseys while also kind of maintaining like the feel of, oh, this is like a special game, like it's different. It's not just like a typical scrimmage between players from different teams. I like these a lot. I think these are super clean. I'm going to put these in A tier. I like them. I wouldn't be mad if they brought them back at some point, but it's just kind of a cool era. It's an era that I look back kind of fondly on. That was pretty fun for some All-Star games, so I like those jerseys. I like the team logos. I think they did it well. Now, these blue and red jerseys from the Chicago All-Star game, these are S tier for me. These were super clean, and I think part of that might just be because of how good the All-Star game was, that at this point I've become like biased of it, and I just remember it super fondly. But I like these a lot. I think these are super clean. I love the red and blue All-Star logo under it. I like the font. I like the pinstripes on the front as well. And like I said, I just think partially because of how great this All-Star game was, it's maybe me being biased towards these uniforms, but I think they're super clean. I'm going to put them in S tier, which now puts 2 of each in each one of them. So we'll see if that trend continues. Moving on. So we've got these blue and yellow jerseys. I know a lot of people don't like these like a lot. I don't hate them that much, but I don't think they're great. I get what they're trying to do. This was the Indiana All-Star game. There weren't fans in attendance. It was like the virtual stuff when we were dealing with COVID. So just kind of had a weird feel to the All-Star game. But I mean, it was a fun game and all. I just don't know if I really like the blue and yellow combo. I get what they were going for, but at the same time, I just didn't feel like it worked super well. I feel like with the All-Star game, I'm typically used to like blue and red or like the black and white ones we talked about. So I'm just not a huge fan of them. I think they're fine. Like, I don't think they're terrible or anything. I don't know. I'm going to put them in C. I don't think they're that bad. Maybe I'm overrating them, but I think they're fine. Now we get to the uniforms that have recently dropped. And I think I'm going to put these in C tier too. This might be controversial. I don't think they're that bad. My big issue is I think the gray ones should be that light blue color that's on the trim. If they made it like that light blue color, I think these would be so much better. Because I think the red jersey's fine. But I really like the light blue color on the gray one. I just don't think it quite works the way that it needs to. Like if that was all light blue with like the gray trim, I think it would look so much better. But for right now, I also think these jerseys could look better on players. This is me judging them right now, seeing them, just kind of seeing them as they are in like the artwork and the designs. Maybe they look better on players. Maybe they even look worse on players. But for right now, I think I'm going to give them a C. This is also going to be a controversial opinion. I don't love when the players wore their own jerseys. So if you didn't know, for a while, they had players wear their own jerseys for some seasons. I talked about earlier in the video. I don't love this. I think it's fine. I think it's kind of cool every now and again, but some people think this is like the gold standard. I think it's cool. I'm going to put it at a B, but I don't think it's anything insane. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm 21 years old, and so this is from an era that I don't remember, that I was not like able to watch. So maybe that is why. But I don't know. It just feels kind of messy to me. I like when there was like 2 uniforms, and I like having this like brand new, unique uniform that is worn for this one game is like kind of a special occasion, So I do think it is a cool concept. I think it's something cool that it would be cool to bring it back for like a game at some point. And it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. But if this was every year, I would get bored of it very, very quick. I like waiting for the new All-Star jerseys. Even if they suck, I like seeing what they look like. So, And finally, these jerseys are dope. These are the 1996 All-Star game jerseys that you can see Michael Jordan here wearing. Oh, I forgot to add one. I'm going to add one more to this at the end of the video, but these are the jerseys that they wore in 1996. This teal color, I love it. I'm a sucker for like a teal. That's like my favorite color. I'm gonna put these in S tier. Even though I was not able to see this era, these are just clean. Like, I don't even have the nostalgia, and sure, are they very, very 90s? Yes. Are they outdated now? Yeah. They probably wouldn't look great nowadays, but I still think, like, especially from the era they were in, these were super cool jerseys, and so I'm going to put those there. And then finally, I'm going to flash it up on the screen now. I forgot to add these in. The jerseys, for kind of like the classic all-star jerseys that a lot of people think of. These ones are S tier for me. I think that these are super clean. I think that they're just very, like, even though, once again, I didn't live through this era, these are just like so iconic jerseys that I think you have to have them, whether it's S or A. I think these are jerseys that you 100% have to have up there, so I am going to put those in S tier. They're not going to be on this tier list here at the end because I forgot to add them in, but there they are. So this is my all-star jersey tier list. Maybe I can move things a little bit. Like, maybe if I added like an F tier here, I could put, like, let's do that real quick. Let's add an F tier down here real quick, specifically for, let's do that, and let's add that for these jerseys. I think we'll do that, and then I think we'll move down. Don't move these jerseys down. I'll move down the current jerseys. I just need to see them on players. I don't think they're that bad. I think they could look a lot better on players, but you already heard my criticism. So this is my all-star jersey tier list. Let me know what you thought of them in the comment section below. What is your favorite all-star jersey of all time? I appreciate y'all watching. I will see you all later. Real one, say it back.